Hi guys, I thought I'd do a video response to this common question that I get asked from a lot of people, which is about the running of the wedding and what sort of things cause an issue on the wedding day. Now, if I were to do a full video of talking about the entire wedding day and the running order, there are so many variables that it would be a really, really long video. So I'll break it down to one of the key moments of a wedding, which is a bride's entry and when she enters, because it's really heartbreaking. I mean, I don't have any sisters myself, but if I had my own sister and I was at my own sister's wedding, it would absolutely shatter my heart to see my sister walking in on her wedding day looking absolutely stunning. And then I'm looking around the sort of mise en scène. Now, mise en scène is a French term which is stuffing the scene. So if you picture the scene, we're looking at the bride coming in, and all we can see is about 10, 15 people on the red carpet with their iPhones out. You've got waiters and the catering team ripping the decor down because they've got, maybe another evening function to go to, or they've got a long journey to go back. So then you see some tables with just completely bare, empty tables. You see chairs starting to be stacked up. Now, out of 10 weddings, you probably find that's probably the case in about 4 or 5 weddings. Or even if the decor hasn't been taken down, you just see, it's a mess. And that's not when the bride should be entering. The bride should be entering after either the groom's akd, nikah, or if the nikah's already done, which seems to be a growing trend where we see the bride's nikah done the night before, or sometimes we see them happening during the engagement. Bottom line is that day is more like a walima. And the bride and groom are not really the bride and groom, they're husband and wife. So where our Bengali culture, and obviously I say this as a Bengali, those of you who don't know, it's completely wrong that we don't allow our bride and grooms to sit together and eat, or to have, very limited sort of contact and interaction between the bride and groom. So one of my strongest recommendations to you guys out there, and those of you who are getting married, and I'm sure many of you will agree, if you've either done this and it's worked, or if you haven't done this and you thought, well, I wish we had done this, is that as guests, one of the key moments and one of the key visual moments that we realise that, actually, the food is going to come out now is either akd nikah or some sort of dua, because usually we know that after that we'll then have the foods coming out. So what my recommendation is that the groom has done his gate ceremony. He comes in and he sits down on the stage. Let the dua happen. After the dua has happened, the bride's family should really be getting the bride ready to make her entrance. During that, we'll then do the groom's immediate family pictures, mum, dad, siblings, get those out the way and done with. We'll then immediately have the bride's entrance. Once the bride has done her walkway down, we'll then announce that the starters are coming out. So everyone's going to be naturally sat down for food anyway. Now, once the bride has done her entrance and she's gone to the stage, all family members for the immediate groom side and the bride side, everyone is near the stage. So at that moment, crucially, get your different sets of family pictures done. So you get groom's immediate family done, bride's immediate family, groom's parents with the bride and groom, bride's parents with the bride and groom, and so on. Now, if you get those pictures done at that moment, everybody else is occupied with the starters coming out. So what a perfect moment to then do your mala, your ring exchange, possibly even the cake. When we've done those sorts of things, people are still watching it visually, all of it happening. Or if you do still think, no, we do want a bit of a crowd gathered, then that's fine. That's not a problem. At least you've got your family pictures out the way and done with. And then please allow the bride and groom to sit at their head table and eat together. There was an imam who I spoke with it was about 6 or 7 months ago, and ever since he said this, it stuck to my head. He said to me, he called me Baba. He was quite an elderly imam. He said to me, Baba, it's good that you guys did the wedding where the bride and groom sat together. It's actually haram where the bride and groom then eat at separate head tables, because the way I look at it as well, and the way he interpreted it to me, was how many husband and wives are at this wedding eating together. So why is this husband and wife any different? Because akd has happened, the nikah has happened. They are husband and wife. It's haram for them to be eating separately, and that's how the imam said it to me. So anyway, I won't do the crossover with the religious side of things, but I would strongly recommend that the bride does her entrance then, because we film with gimbals, we film with cranes, amazing venues, and you just want to get that shot that of all the decors all kind of set up and everyone's mostly sat down. Leave it to the camera crew to, there's always a few stragglers. There's always number 42 Khala who lives down the road. She's there. Her husband is there with the iPhone 2 or something. But that's when the entrance should happen. Because the bride herself, 6 months, a year, 2 years, a lifetime has been waiting for this particular moment. And she's shoved in some cupboard somewhere, which they call a bridal room. And she just sat there for 3-4 hours sometimes, waiting to come in. And then she's like putting all this hard work to see, her decor and her stage, which she doesn't get to see. She sees it once it's completely trashed. And I just don't understand that. So going back to the structure, bride comes in, then they go and have their head table dinner. And during the starters and during the mains, at some point the bride and groom can slip out, go do their couple shots, and then they can come back in. But so then when you're onto the stage, you can then do your mala, ring exchange and cake. Those things only take really about 10-15 minutes. And the good thing is that the family picture's already done. So at that point, if there is a time limit, there's not really a rush because mum and dad, both sides, the siblings, they're all done. You guys can take your ties off, undo your top buttons, let your hair down, minus the hijabis. But you get what I mean. They can chill, relax, and just kind of enjoy the rest of the day as it's going to pan out. And then obviously, when time has run out, we can then wrap things up and then do the bidai. Though that sort of style of wedding where the bride does come in, your guests will love it and appreciate it because they get to see the bride. Everyone is crazy to see the moment the bride comes onto the stage. So that is probably one of my strongest tips in terms of the running of the day, is to have the bride coming in immediately after the akht and then joining the groom at that moment.